It is so good to be back here at the Reptile, and what an amazing trip we had, right? And of course, my new girl is looking absolutely gorgeous, and I missed all my animals so much. So to get back here and have an opportunity to play with these guys is absolutely incredible. By the way, I've been saying that I cannot figure out a name for this girl for the life of me, and a few people actually mentioned one name that is just kind of stuck. I don't know why, but it happens to be Gemma. I don't know why I like that name. I've always liked the name personally, but I kind of think it fits her, and that's the one name that keeps rattling around in my head. So I think I'm going to name this girl Gemma. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. But you know, while I was gone, there is a ton of things happening, and it was kind of a bummer that we missed so much stuff. But the good news is we were still filming it, starting with Lori going through a bunch of baby snakes.
Welcome to Guess That Morph with Lori. Brian's not here. I'm going to show you the ball pythons that are hatching. Will I get it right? Nobody knows. But just believe whatever I say. This clutch is going to be a little harder because he only has what the female is on it. Way to sabotage me without even trying. So we know it's a female spider. I can tell you right now, looking at this clutch, we've got some spiders, but we also have some spinners. So clearly the male had pinstripe in it, because I even see a pinstripe here. So we've got pinstripe, 1, 2, 3 spinners, a spider, and a normal. Does it have any other genes in there? Nothing that's evident to me, but with Brian's not help at all, I would have no idea. So by default, I win this one no matter what, because with the information given just with the female, I think I nailed it. I've got a female ghost het caramel and a champagne het ghost. All right, so these should be some pretty ones, and boy, they are. So that champagne gene is really nice. So it definitely has some ghost champagnes, which those are mimosas. So let's see, one, maybe all of them. They all have that orange look on them. Some are nicer than others. And a ghost. My guess is going to be 2 mimosas and 3 champagnes that are het for ghosts. This clutch is going to be a lot of fun. So he's got 2 males down here. I've got a normal female, and then it says banana fire pin male, and it says Cine lesser pin. Right now, I'm definitely saying that the Cine lesser pin fathered this clutch, because I'm seeing some cinnamon stuff in here. And the banana fire pin, yep, there's no bananas or anything in here, so my guess is the Cine lesser pin male definitely fathered this, which gives me a lesser. I know that one. Wait, okay, wait. This is a lesser pinstripe. This is a cinnamon. Nailed that one. There you go. Oh,
Thankfully, there are plenty of new snakes that are hatching all the time, so I won't lose all of the ability to go through them. And today, I'm excited about this clutch. This was actually a stinger bee, which is an enchi and a spider, and it was bred to that Cine pumpkin, right? That new gene animal that I'm so excited about. And we've got some bangers in here for sure. This happens to just be an enchi new gene right here. Look at that animal right there. I mean, it looks nothing like a normal enchi. Unbelievable how that new gene actually goes in. Then we actually have a little Cine new gene here. This one isn't quite as light as the adult male, but look at how striped it is and how unusual a pattern it is. That pumpkin gene is definitely really interesting. This happens to be a spider enchi new gene animal too, and just look again how reduced that animal is. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. This pumpkin gene is really cool. And you can see the difference. This would just be a spider enchi, right? So you can see the difference between the 2 animals here, the spider enchi and the spider enchi new gene. Just how radically reduced it is. That's absolutely incredible. And then this is the animal that I was really excited about that hatched out. And once the sheds and actually get a little size, ooh, doggy, it's going to be incredible. This again is a spider enchi new gene, but this one has all kinds of orange kind of coming through the sides. I mean, look at the sides of that animal right there. I mean, it is crazy the coloration that's coming through on it. It is just crazy how that pumpkin gene is interacting with stuff. I mean, just take a look at how beautiful these things are. So we have a couple more clutches of the pumpkin gene hatching this year, and I'll have to update you guys on some of the ones that have shed now eaten a few times too, because they are absolutely rippers. So again, lots more clutches to hatch. It was a bummer to not be here for the ones that Lori had, but she did a great job, right, guessing those genes. I mean, this is as good as she could possibly do, but it was absolutely cool, and I'm so happy I got to see this clutch just hatch out. And by the way, speaking of my new snake Gemma here, she actually shed out and destroyed her cage while I was gone. So guess what? Someone had to clean it. This happened to be Jay.
We got the new big girl here who still doesn't have a name yet. I've been calling her Macaroni. Don't know if it's gonna stick. But Macaroni did some shedding, so I'm gonna try to do it by myself. I'm gonna put her in a soap box and clean this up, and let's see how it goes.
You good, Jay?
Wow. We should put this bin on the scale. Oh God, it's still insane. Okay. Alright guys, there you have it. We got Macaroni all cleaned up. She's all set up. Didn't really go that bad. Macaroni actually seems to love the water, so she did great. Got the cage all cleaned out. We're gonna get Macaroni back in there.
You guys remember that just before we left, we saw that Dixie is actually full of eggs. We did a little ultrasound. She is loaded up. Well, she's starting to really look like she's ready to lay any day, which is really super exciting. And she's been wandering a lot, of course, you know, trying to do things. And Diddy over here is funny as heck too, because he's like trying to protect her a bunch. He's like over here saying, "Don't you stay away from my girl." And of course, as soon as I open up the door, since I've been back, she's been trying to get out because again, she's just looking for a good place to lay her eggs. And speaking of a good place to lay her eggs, it's important to have a nest box. Come on, girl, stay in there, sweetheart. Diddy just wants out and playing and stuff like that. Diddy, you're so amazing. Can you imagine if we get eggs? Not if, but when we get eggs, hopefully they're going to be fertile. But again, they need a good spot to lay their eggs, right? So, you know, you need a nest box or an egg box to go. So when I was gone, thankfully the crew did a good job of setting up a nest box. And Dixie has been in there a lot digging, which means that she definitely knows where she's going to lay her eggs. Any day now, guys, we are going to get some eggs, but I'm so thankful that the crew set up a great little nesting spot for her.
I get the honor of making the next box for Dixie, which thank you, Brian, for that. That's awesome. I like, that's not sarcastic at all. I'm really stoked about this because like just seeing these animals from when they were a little baby, working with them with their personalities and stuff like that over time, and getting them to where they are just the sweetest little animals ever. It's just been a journey, and I'm so excited to be a part of her actually laying eggs. So I'm gonna put these boxes together, get me a nice long nest box, put a lot of good moss and stuff like that in there, and hopefully within the next few weeks, maybe even a month, we'll actually get some eggs in here. I am absolutely excited. So everything's finally done, and man, I feel nervous right now. Like this is really like one of those more epic moments of like keeping reptiles and stuff like that. Is when you actually start breeding them and things, and you never really expect a lot of like the worst case scenario. You're always happy hoping for the best, but man, anything can happen to this point. So let's get this in here though.
You got poor reception. By my dad, Barczyk. Make sure you have a dad that's actually involved in your life.
Again, so many baby snakes hatching while we're gone. This is actually an aberrant Cal-King that was bred to a mosaic. So you can see a couple mosaics in here. One like this that actually looks like a complete mosaic. Then ironically enough, we have a couple just black and white Cal-Kings that are completely just black and white. And then we have some aberrant high white Cal-Kings too, which look absolutely incredible. And then weirdly enough, and I'm not really sure how this happened, but there's one little scaleless corn snake in here. So, whoop. Gosh, you know, getting these babies are going everywhere. Oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. You guys, all right, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. Okay, so we got one little scaleless corn snake that hatched out here. I'll have to put it in some water and find out what the deal is and find out where it came from, because that certainly isn't a California king snake. That is for sure. So I'm going to try to get this lid on. Oh, that worked out pretty well. I tell you what, usually I am in trouble when they start popping. There's no doubt about that. Then we have, of course, a beautiful clutch of Mexican black king snakes. You guys know Mexican black king snakes are so popular. Look at how absolutely gorgeous they are, and I think there's like 8 or 9 of them in here, so there's some real rippers here. So it's really cool to come back to a bunch of baby snakes. I mean, I sure did miss it. I mean, don't get me wrong, playing with lions and all that other stuff was pretty darn cool, but coming back here is awesome. This happens to be an Oreo Pueblan clutch, and these are some beautiful babies right here. Ooh, they are springy, there's no doubt about that. And these are those polygenically bred to reduce the red in the actual banding, right? So that you basically get a black and white snake rather than a black, white, and red snake. But you can see some red kind of popping through, but still some really beautiful ones. This one's really feisty. What you doing over there, little monkey? So like I said, lots of baby snakes actually hatched while we were gone, and thankfully Lori was here filming it all.
We have a bunch of colubrids that have hatched, and with Brian not here, that means I get to see the babies. First one here is a scaleless Texas rat. So these are our first ones of the year that have hatched. Now these are very cool. I went and double checked. I did my breeding a little different this year, so I specifically bred certain males to certain females. So this group was, I call them my bubblegum line. They're really pink. Right now these babies don't look very pink, so I'm gonna mark them and see as they get bigger if they develop that pink pigment or not. But either way, scaleless Texas rats are awesome ones to hatch, and it looks like a really good clutch of these guys. And another exciting clutch. This has been years since we've produced these guys. I'm sure Brian told you when the eggs were hatched, but these we call licorice black rats, or sometimes people call them white-sided black rats. But when they first were produced way back in the day, the first guy had named them licorice black rats, so us old schoolers tend to stick with that name. But it looks like a really nice clutch. This was a small female, but this is a good litter from her, and it looks like all the eggs hatched too, so that's pretty cool.
Guess what, Reptile Army? If you're feeling patriotic here in the United States, we have a whole new collection. That's right, we have V-necks, we have sleeveless, we have all kinds of new designs that are absolutely amazing. So we have all kinds of different ones to choose from. We're excited about this entire collection. And you can't tell me you don't want to go to the gym and show this off, show your muscles off, you know what I mean? And hey, for you amphibian lovers, we got you covered as well, but hey, this one, it might be one of my favorites. That's right, an emerald tree boa on an American tree branch. Regardless if you guys like it, go to reptilearmy.com, join the army, be part of our foot soldiers, teaching people that you love reptiles. Of course, proceeds go to great things, so definitely go support us over at reptilearmy.com. As much as it's awesome traveling around and stuff like that, it is always good to be back here. I mean, seeing Salt and Pepper again, and really kind of hearing a little bit more about the story of Salt and Pepper when we were down there was pretty cool. Al Machino's looking great. Perdita, look at, she's coming up. All my animals are so happy, and the fact is that my crew did a great job. I wouldn't be able to do the things that I get to do, to go around, travel, and do all this stuff. Look at Jeffrey down there. Hey Jeffrey, what's going on? If it wasn't for the crew doing all that hard work, look at Heinz over here, French is over here, the tortoise is down there. I mean, everyone is looking so good, and they worked their butts off to keep this place going while I was gone.
Okay.
Like I said, it is great to be back, but it was great to see what was going on when I was gone. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video and you want to see some more collab stuff when I'm traveling around, here's a playlist right over here. You can watch all you want on this site. Do me a favor, hit that subscription button. It would mean the world to me. Have an absolutely wonderful day, Reptile Army. Remember, be kind to somebody, and I promise I'll see you tomorrow.